All right, let's talk about pros and cons of living in Hickory, North Carolina. You might be thinking about moving to Hickory, North Carolina. In this video, I'm going to go over about 5 pros, about 3 cons, and 1 just fact about Hickory. I'm also going to tell you one of the things that if you come to Hickory, North Carolina, just be prepared. This is kind of like a running joke you just need to be aware of, and it kind of comes along in the cons. So stick with me. I can't wait to tell you all about Hickory. Now, like and subscribe because I'm going to be doing a video about Hickory, North Carolina. Now, Hickory, about living in and eating in. Now, listen, I like to eat. Eating is kind of like it's a pastime of mine. It's one of my favorite things to do. You ever heard somebody say you should eat? Eat to live, not live to eat. Well, screw that. I'm kind of a live to eat guy. So I like to eat, and I love to eat in Hickory, North Carolina. And so I'm looking forward to telling you about places to eat and what to do and what it's like living in Hickory, North Carolina, and why, if you're thinking about moving to Hickory, well, maybe this will help you. It'll help you decide if it's the right place for you or not. I'm going to give you some pros and cons and 1 just neutral fact about Hickory in this video. So stay tuned. All right, first of all, the first pro of living in Hickory, North Carolina, it's probably my favorite thing about Hickory. It's a foodie town. You say, what? What do you mean a foodie town? I mean, in Hickory, North Carolina, there is about one restaurant for every 200 people. There's about 40,000 people in Hickory, North Carolina, and 200 restaurants, which means that you can eat almost a different place every day of the year. And I just love it. I love eating in Hickory, North Carolina. We've got Chinese food. We've got Japanese food. Oh, stay tuned. Don't let me forget. I'll tell you about one of my favorite Japanese restaurants for takeout. There's a great takeout Japanese food place. Well, actually, it's a dine-in restaurant, but it's more popular. I guarantee they do. Anyway, Japanese, Chinese. Oh, I love Mexican food. I eat Mexican food probably more than American food, more than burgers, more than I guess the only thing I do more than eating Mexican food is drinking coffee. I drink coffee every day, and I don't eat Mexican food every day, but I almost do. Anyway, we've got so many Mexican restaurants in North Carolina. We've got Italian restaurants, Greek restaurants, we've got Indian restaurants, we've got pho, we've got barbecue. And now, I know you think about North Carolina and you think about that vinegar-based barbecue, and of course we've got that, but we've got better barbecue too. We've got burnt ends, we've got brisket, there's so much good. There's chicken barbecue and pork barbecue, and there's all kinds of barbecue, all kinds of food in Hickory. There's so many restaurants. I think that if I didn't live in Hickory, I would come just to check out the restaurants. Okay, so number 1, first reason I'm telling you about today, about living in Hickory, North Carolina, a pro, is the amazing restaurants. There's so much restaurants. Now, with all that food, you need exercise. And I love to play basketball, and I love to exercise. I go to Highland Recreation Center in Hickory Monday, Wednesday, and Friday morning at 6 a.m. And the great thing about this rec center is they have 2 full-size courts right in the same room. And so you show up at 6 a.m. By 6:20, usually got the first game going. We playing 5-on-5 on one court. By 6:30, 6:40, there's usually both courts are going. You got 10 people playing on. So the thing about Highland Rec is it's got those 2 gyms, but it's also got softball fields, baseball fields, outdoor basketball courts. It's got free weights and machine weights. It's got treadmills and ellipticals and all of that stuff. If you live in Catawba County, I'm not sure if it's Hickory as a separate price, but anyway, if you live in the area, it's so cheap to be a part. Now, the basketball and some of the other facilities that are outdoors, those are all free. You just come up, play. You need to have a membership, but it's a free membership for the basketball. It's a free membership for a few things, and the membership for the ellipticals and the treadmills and all of that, it's very, very inexpensive. We also have the YMCAs. We've got YMCA in downtown Hickory, and it's a beautiful place. It used to be the Hickory Foundation Center, but it's a beautiful place. They're really remodeling it right now. It's got a little creek running through the area. It's got this huge track, and you can walk the track, and I want to say it's a little over a half a mile track that's outdoors. There's an indoor track, so if it's raining and you need a place to walk, you can walk indoors. Of course, there's ellipticals and treadmills, all kinds of things. But the Hickory area has 20 gyms. That's 2,000. That's a gym for every 2,000 people, and that doesn't include the amazing parks. We've got this incredible soccer park. We've got Glen Hilton Park. We've got parks by the water. We've got city walks. We've got all of these outdoor places where you can walk and run and play and exercise in Hickory, North Carolina. I think Hickory, the exercise amenities, the sports amenities. We even have the Crawdad Stadium, which is a minor league baseball team. There are so many sports exercise facilities. I think it's part of that college town experience. So yeah, Hickory's a college town. We'll talk about that in just a minute. But healthcare, third thing that I want to say is a pro about living in Hickory, North Carolina, it is healthcare. The Fry Regional Medical Center, it was named by U.S. News and World Report as a high-performing hospital for heart attack and heart failure in the 2023-2024 rankings. The care is significantly better than national average in those areas. We also have Catawba Valley Medical Center. So now, if you're at the age where you're starting to think about your heart and your heart health, then consider living close to Fry Regional Medical Center. Now, if you're at the age, you're ready to have a family, you want to have a lot of kids, or you want to have a child, start thinking about living towards the Catawba Valley Medical Center area. You say, Josh, my mother-in-law's coming with me, my father-in-law's coming with me, and we're wanting to start a family, so we really need access to both. That's fine. You could be at Fry and drive to Catawba in 10, 15 minutes. It's not that big of a deal. There's both places. The Catawba Memorial Hospital is recognized as one of America's top 100 hospitals for patient experience in 2025. They've got accolades in 9 other categories, including barometric surgery, cancer care, heart care, stroke care, Catawba Valley Medical Center is, it's a Woman's Choice Award winner. And so maternity care, the health care in Hickory it's healthy, it's good, it's plenty. Okay, so reasons to move to Hickory, North Carolina, things that I love about Hickory, North Carolina, foodie. Exercise. There's so much food, you got to exercise. And then because you're exercising and you're eating, you also need to have the proper health care in case you need some help. And so you got Fry Regional and Catawba Valley Medical Center, and both of those hospitals are just perfect. They're great. They're right here in the Hickory area. Okay, now Hickory is a small town. I already told you it's about 40,000 people. Now, there's the metropolitan, the larger area of Hickory that actually U.S. News and World Report named Hickory as as the number 1 most affordable city or metropolitan area, the Hickory, Lenore, Morganton area. And I'm not even counting that as one of the pros. It's an affordable place to live, but pro number 4 is it's a low traffic, small town kind of area, a low traffic area, while simultaneously being close to the mountains, the beach, and roaring, great, big, growing cities. You say, what do you mean, Josh? I mean, within an hour, you can get to the mountains. You can go to Boone or Asheville. Both of these places are beautiful in the fall. They're beautiful leaves. And you say, wait, but we're talking about Hickory. But I know, but within an hour, you can drive the mountains. Nobody wants to live up there. I mean, maybe somebody does, but I don't. I mean, I don't want to live up there in the mountains where I have to worry about the snow and I got to worry about all the weather. But I can visit there. I can see the beautiful leaves. drive to Asheville. Drive to Boone. I need to drive to a big city. Drive to Charlotte, drive to Asheville. It's an hour. I want to be at the beach. Oh, it's a little farther, but I can be at the beach in 4 hours. I'm not talking about any beach. I'm talking about Myrtle Beach. I'm talking about the playground of the East Coast, Myrtle Beach. You can do all kinds of crazy things and get all kinds of trouble in Myrtle Beach. They say what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. What happens in Myrtle Beach probably will follow you home. So behave. Try to be careful. Okay, but It's a low traffic area around here. I mean, you're going to see here, I'm walking out around the city, and the traffic is just, there's not a traffic problem. Now, people in Hickory, because we're building so many new homes, because there's so many new homes popping up, people in Hickory are saying, hey, don't you make any more of these videos, Josh. We don't want anybody else moving to Hickory because we love it the way it is. But we are growing. We're building new homes. Hickory has a small town feel. Number 5. Pro of Hickory. Number 5, small town feel without sacrificing some cool college vibes. Now, this is a college town. Lenoir-Rhyne University is a college, a university right here in Hickory, North Carolina. And you can have both the small town feel with the low traffic, but also have some of the great college town vibes. We've got the Hickory Art Council, the community theater, the art cellar gallery offers exhibits, and there's plays and there's concerts. So we still have that city college town vibe, but we're a small town with low traffic and old homes, new homes. It's just a rich area. We haven't even talked about furniture and all the furniture that people have manufactured here over the years. We'll talk about that in another video. But Hickory has some great things. Great food, great exercise, great health care, low traffic, small town feel without sacrificing the college vibe. Now, I want to tell you something that's kind of neutral to Hickory. This is not really a pro. This is not really a con. It's just a fact. There certainly feels like, and people will say, there's a church on every corner. Now, in fact, if I'm honest, I'm using a church little green screen room here to record this video. So yeah, there's a church on every corner. I mean, not literally, but it sure feels like it. There's churches, here and there and everywhere. You say, what kind of churches are there? There's Baptist churches and Lutheran churches and Methodist churches and Episcopal churches. There's Jewish centers. There are just about everything you can imagine. There are churches everywhere. Now, that's not a pro. That's not a con to everybody. But to a lot of you, it might be a pro. You might be looking for a specific church. You might be looking for a Church of the Nazarene. There's one right down the road. You might be looking for a Mormon, what do you call that? A Jehovah's Witness community or tabernacle or whatever it is. They're here. If you can imagine it, it's probably here. You're welcome to call me, subscribe, send me a message. I'll help you find churches. I don't mind doing that. In fact, I took about 6 months a couple years ago and visited churches every Sunday. I visited a different church, and I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that experience. So if you want to learn more about churches, call me, text me, send me a message. We'll set up a Zoom. We'll talk about it. Okay, so that's not a positive or negative. It's just a fact. There are a lot of churches and a lot of people of faith around here. Now, some of you might see that as a negative, and you might be turned off by religion. That's fine. I think that Hickory is becoming less and less the kind of place that really just shoves religion in your face. I don't think that it's been a while since I've seen somebody on the corner of I-40 or the corner of 70 and LR Boulevard just standing out there preaching. I don't know if I've seen that in a couple of years. It's changing. Hickory's changing. So I think if you're looking for a place where you can have faith, great. If you're looking for a place where you don't have it pushed on you, that's an option too. Okay, so now let's hit some of the cons of living in Hickory, North Carolina. There is some. There's a bus system. There's a little bit of public transportation, but for the most part, you need a car. You don't really want to depend on the van system. There's the Hickory Hop that'll drive you to the Charlotte Airport if you need that. There's the public bus system, but it won't take you everywhere, and it's not the best place in the world if you need to live without a car. Even if you need Uber and Lyft, I'm sure that you can find that around here, but it's not the best way to get around Hickory. If you don't have a car, if you're not the kind of person that wants to live with a car, that wants to own a car or drive a car, you might want to reconsider Hickory. I'm not sure it's the best place for you. This is a community that's not really It's not going to be great for you without personal transportation. Okay, another thing, if you're looking for a place where you can go out clubbing every night, you need to go somewhere bigger. Hickory's not the place for clubbing. Not that there's no nightlife. It's just that if you want to go to 3 nightclubs every Friday night and bounce, it just doesn't exist here. When you search nightclubs or clubs in the Hickory area, honestly, the best thing you're going to get is, and honestly, I guess it's the best nightclub in Catawba County, is called the Club Cabaret, and it's a gay bar. So if you're a straight person and you're looking for a club, Hickory, you're looking for a lot of clubbing, Hickory's probably not the best place for you. If you ask people around here, where do you meet people? Where do you find dates? Well, most of the old folks around here are going to say, well, you better go to church. Now, and I'm not saying that that's the only, but now people are probably meeting mostly on the apps, on the phones. They're swiping left, swiping right. That's where they're finding dates in the Hickory area. Of course, you can find people eating. There's great places to have a date. You know, you want to take somebody out to eat. My wife and I, our first date was to the Hickory Station, and it's a great place. When we're talking about food, there's the old Hickory Station and the old Hickory Tap Room and all of those OLDE. There's those kind of places. So if you're looking for nightlife, Hickory might not be the place for you. I'm going to tell you the third con about Hickory, and it's kind of half a joke, half serious, but it's a con. We don't have a Trader Joe's. If you're looking for a Trader Joe's, it isn't in Hickory. Now, is it coming? We all want one. We talk about it all the time. When are we going to get Trader Joe's? But we don't have one. We've got Sam's Club, but we don't have Costco. We don't have Trader Joe's, but we do have Aldi. Aldi is a thing in Hickory, and people love it. Now, not everybody shops at Aldi, but people who like it, like it. No Trader Joe's, no Costco, and if you look up Hickory and you find somewhere where it says, oh, it's going to be a Steak and Shake. If you see any new construction in Hickory and you ask on Life in the Hickory Bubble, or you ask on any of the Facebook groups about Hickory or Catawba County, and you see construction, you're going to get 3 answers. You're going to get, it's going to be a Steak and Shake. It's probably not. I think what happened is years ago near the AMC movie theater in Hickory, somebody bought the land, and it was actually bought by somebody planning a Steak and Shake. And people got so excited about a Steak and Shake, and then it didn't turn out to be a Steak and Shake. What happened, I think the AMC actually bought it back because it needed the parking. And so that Steak and Shake never happened. Now, don't quote me on this. I might be wrong, but that's the story I remember. But the steak, now we got Cookout, we got Bojangles, we got Cheerwine, we got Sundrop. Those are great things right here in Catawba County. We've got Liver Mush, thank God, hallelujah. But we don't have a Steak and Shake. We don't have a Trader Joe's. We don't have a Costco. If you're looking for cons of Hickory, let me give you one more con of Hickory. The streets of Hickory were designed by somebody crazy. I mean, the street roads and maps and lines, the avenues and the streets and the circles and the circle drives and the circle drive avenues, they're crazy. It's so funny, and it's so crazy that people in Hickory at the Hickory Community Theater years ago, I think I was probably a teenager, and I went to a play called The Streets of Hickory, and we laughed and we laughed and we laughed because the streets of Hickory seem to have been designed by a comedian. They are crazy, crazy. But anyway, all of that, I say all of that to say, I love Hickory. I think you'll love Hickory. And so the pros of Hickory is it's a food town. It's a great place for exercise. There's plenty of places to go and exercise indoor and out. There's plenty of health care. It's great health care. We've got good health care with the 2 hospitals. It's a low traffic place despite being able to get to the beach, get to the mountains, get to big cities. Most of those things the mountains and big cities, you can get there in an hour. You can get to the beach in 3 or 4. It's a small town feel without sacrificing that great college town vibe, because we've got that college town vibe. You watch the food videos, watch the restaurant videos. You're going to see some really cool restaurants that kind of have that college town vibe. Anyway, stay tuned, subscribe, follow. You're going to get a video coming every week about food and a video about Hickory every week. And I sure would love to have you here. If there's anything I can do to help you with your move to Hickory, please call me. I know all the best realtors. I know all the best insurance guys. Anyway, I can help you with all of those things. And I'd love to share a meal with you at one of these great restaurants. Look forward to meeting you.